Lady Vols coming off of a 13-0 run rule win against Delaware State earlier today, and it's the Sycamores here in game number 2 for the 4th meeting between these two programs, alongside Michelle LaCourse, former Chattanooga pitcher. Michael Watring here with you.
Win on the road. It's hard to do.
2-2 the count. Good at bat here from Polson, but she goes down swinging, and Neuer starts the game with a punch-out.
And that's the kind of maturity that
produced 9 hits. Nearly everybody in the lineup had at least one, but never could get the big hit, as this ball's looped over the left side of the infield and into left field for a base hit. So Esposito has the first knock of this ball game with one out here in the first. Address that in between games.
Yeah, with Orsini, who started the first game, there were a lot of
looping liner to first base. Gibson catches it, stomps on the bag, and that's how the inning ends.
For Tennessee.
A ball and 2 strikes here to the leadoff hitting freshman. Morgan takes strike 3 called, outside corner, and a good pitch from Asher in her 3rd appearance of the year, and just her 4th career start for the Sycamores. So Kinsey Fiedler stands in, and she swings and hits a rocket out to right field, but the sinking liner ends up in the mitt of Kenzie Cornell.
Right off the bat to make an impact.
Taylor Panel hits a sinking liner to left, and Mills cannot catch it. Panel's around second base and slams on the brakes after Welch gets it back into the infield. A 2-out double from Tennessee's leading hitter, as to not allow Tennessee to get after him with 2 outs. As Gibson skies this ball on the infield, Esposito now drifts into the outfield, and she can't make the catch. Coming in to score is Panel to second base. Gibson, and Tennessee scores the opening run on a fly ball into center field.
That ball is tough. That is in no man's land. And just right in that triangle of death right there between shortstop, second, and center field. And in the sun, I mean, there was a lot that was rough on that. But again, if you're on defense and you're in that position.
A costly error at the wrong time, a mislocation at the wrong time. As Mueller flies this one out to center, an easier play here for Welch as she makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Tennessee does scrape one across, however, on the RBI double for McKenna Gibson. Inning in the books. Tennessee leads Indiana State. She's back to work with a 1-0 lead in her pocket. And here's a high pop-up. Right center field, converging her several defenders, and it's the center fielder, Fiedler, catching it.
Boy, that looked like an adventure, didn't it? That sun right at the last second looked like it.
From Indianapolis's Franklin Central High School. 1-0 pitch. Squib shot on one hop out to second base, picked up and scooped to first by Mueller. Couple quick outs here in the second.
You can, and so your team can go back in and hit as quickly as possible.
Her 0-2 is lined into right field, and it's off of the wrist of Gabby Leach.
She hit that one pretty hard.
So 2-out base runner, it's a base hit. And now here's Thatcher, who rolls one out to Mueller. She scoops and throws to first, and that retires the side in the second. So 2 hits in 2 innings to Gibson. And Nugent skies this ball, left side of the infield. Polson catches it as the shortstop steps onto the outfield grass. Leach stings this one out to left center field. Welch is back to the fence, leaps, and it bangs off of her glove. Gabby Leach hustles to second base with a stand-up 1-out double.
Well, Gabby Leach understood.
So runner in scoring position here for Ella Dodge. Her first swing of the day is a rocket into right center field that ricochets off the top of the fence. Leach is in to score to second base, Ella Dodge. She swings once today and produces Tennessee's second run here in the second.
Again, these last 2 hitters doing a really good job of flattening it out. Line drive, and really that one just barely missed getting out of here. That ball was hit hard on a line. And then Leach and Dodge get to switch places.
Back-to-back one-out doubles. Tennessee strikes, but Tennessee has been on top. And Fall rolls this to the shortstop, bobbled by Poulsen, and will not have a play. And I think that's all because the aggressive base running of Ella Dodge.
Yeah, Ella Dodge was no doubt running.
All but 2 games this year as Morgan slices this to left field. Mills catches, tagging and scoring is Dodge. And a sacrifice fly from Savia Morgan makes it 3-0.
Again, they're trying to find those barrels, and they're doing a really good job of moving runners, having productive at bats. And again, if you're Asher throwing strikes.
Megan Asher trying to close things down here in inning number 2. The 1-1. Fiedler smacks this right back up the box and into center field for a base hit. And the line keeps on moving for Tennessee. It's their 3rd hit of the inning. Then Panel. And what a race that will be if those two maintain that pace for the SEC Player of the Year. 2-2. Panel out in front of it. Strikes out swinging. Asher lets out a big yell after the fact as well. Work through the Sycamore lineup. Marcicek chops one first base side. It hugs the chalk. Picked up by the first baseman. Gibson slaps the tag on the.
Playing at home sometimes, and even if you do, you risk snow outs and stuff of that nature.
Cornwell smacks this to left center. Fiedler cannot come up with it. And into second base goes Kenzie Cornwell, the sophomore, with a 2-base hit with 1 out, and it's a 3rd consecutive inning with
all the ways that she's able to get on base as a threat in the leadoff of the lineup.
the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Trying to slap that ball. Waves right over the top of it. Neuer has her second. Neuer's 2-1. Esposito slashes this down the left field line over into the foul ground and on top of the warning track. Morgan makes the catch, and that's how. 2-0 pitch. Gibson rips this to third. Marcicek pulled in, snares it.
And that was kind of what it felt like last inning for Tennessee.
Mueller ropes this ball into the left center field gap. Stumbling to the ground is Mills, but Mueller pulls the shoot at second base with a 1-out double. Asher delivers. And that skips inside and rolls to the backstop, so Mueller takes off for third base.
If you're going to keep throwing that Tennessee hitters throwing inside, it's not worked out for them, you know, with those line drives to the outfield. Has largely been those hits.
Nugent rips a ball back up the box. It was right at the pitcher, but takes a bounce to the left. And the shortstop Poulsen throws her out, but it does.
Long. But you also don't have to go home and let your dog out. And, you know there are things of being at home that are disadvantages.
Leach launches to left, but in to the alleyway is Welch getting there on the warning track as they try to get ready for Missouri Valley Conference season.
Yeah, you have your fall schedule, and you just, every team is different. You lose players. You never have the same group. So, you know, trying to fit those pieces together, figure out your pitching rate, daunting task, and you know, the transfer portal not really being as much of a thing at that point can make it tough.
Neuer has 4 punch outs. He's struck, and Livy Colop stands in. Neuer's first pitch to the DP is a 1-hop bouncer right to her. Nonchalantly tosses it to first. And that's another quick inning for
Asher did such a good job of trying to jam up these hitters.
Dodge bounces it first base side. It's a fair ball and down into the corner. Picking it up is Cornwell. Dodge is around second. She's over to third and slams on the brakes there as the throw finally gets over there. And it is a leadoff triple for Ella Dodge. One ball and no strikes here to Faw. Reached on an error her only time up. And she slices this into left center field and it drops in for a base hit. Another run comes across. Dodge triples and scores. on Faw's RBI single.
Again, that ball on the inside part of the plate, but Faw not jammed up, gets her barrel out in front, able to get that RBI.
Up next to the big orange, left fielder number 20, Savia Morgan.
Well, they hadn't had the lead off. Faw still stands over at first. Nobody out here in the fourth. Payoff pitch. Morgan laces this down the left field line, and what a catch that is. Mills comes on and over and makes a spectacular diving catch.
Yeah, great job by Morgan to finally find that pitch that she wanted, but Mills, the spoiler there with that ESPN top 10 right there. That was a great effort. Spot by Newbanks, and again, Fiedler disagrees, but that was a good spot, another good battle.
The payoff pitch. Fiedler loops this out to second base. Esposito catches, and Faw is back at first base just in time. Want to know the count here to Panel, and she bounces it to third base. Marcicek picks it up and throws out Panel. And good work there by Cassie Newbanks to recover after a leadoff triple and a base hit following that. Well, they're out into the real world now. This is the first time where she can focus solely on the game and not have to consider where her daughters are going to be, as Newer strikes out Mills for her fifth punch out of the game.
And you know that's got to be a sad time because
As well, 5-0 game. Wishmeyer bounces this ball out to second base. Mealer, easy play over to first. And just like that, 2 away.
yeah, Newer's working fast, keeping the ball.
2-0 pitch. Bounced to the shortstop. Faw scoops and throws out Marcicek to end the inning. So that's back-to-back.
And that one person doesn't show up, you don't want to be out of luck that game.
1-2. Gibson funnels this back up the box. Polson, though, the shortstop, tests her arm once more as she throws out Gibson.
And to lay off of.
Counts even at 2-2. Mealer rolls this third base side. Marcicek throws her out at first, and there's 2 retired. The first 2 batters here in the 5th inning. And once
Looking hard and on a corner.
Nugent right back to the mound. Look what she found. Newbanks picks it and throws out Nugent, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. First, it goes to a 3-ball count here to the 9-hole batting Kenzie Cornwell. Payoff pitch. And misses low and outside, so a leadoff walk here for Cornwell. Breaks up that string of 8 in a row retired by the strikes to start off this AB against Urshan. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. On 3 pitches, Newer blows it past Urshan. Newer is 1-1. Bounces up there. It skips away from Nugent, and over to second base goes Cornwell. On the wild pitch.
Or you haven't accomplished. You're trying to really establish yourself in conference play. And then if you are fortunate enough to make it to postseason, capitalizing on that even further.
A right-hander pitches, and it's a bouncer back to the mound yet again. Easy for Newer to throw it over to first. So a leadoff walk in the inning on board as Gabby Leach digs in. And she grounds the first ball over to Esposito. She bobbles, recovers, throws, and it's not in time. Leach beats it out. Esposito's bobble. Here's the 2-2. Back up the box and into center field for a base hit. Dodge with a good swing with 2 strikes. And Tennessee will bring the winning run to the plate. So Bella Faw gets her turn. Bunts this ball, first base side. Marks slaps the tag on Faw for the out, but the other runners move up on the sacrifice.
Yeah, again, no reason to try to get her out.
1-1, grounded back up the box and into center field for a base hit. Allen is in to score. The second run right behind, sliding in safely, Ella Dodge. A 2-run single from Savia Morgan, and Tennessee's lead expands to 7-0.
Yeah, she ripped that. Newbanks with 2 strikes, trying to make sure she keeps it close.
Runner takes off for third, and Morgan's over there. So it is a 13th consecutive game. Standing over at third base. Newbanks pitches. Fiedler sizzles it underneath the glove of the first baseman. Marks it into right field, a base hit. Morgan comes in to score the winning run. Tennessee walks it off. Kinsey Fiedler delivers for Tennessee, and it's an 8-0 run rule win for the Lady Vols.
Again, what a great chess match to have that steal for Morgan, to have that ground ball through the right side. Manufactured, that was the name of the game for Tennessee today. Newer with a gem really in the circle. But Newbanks and Asher and the pitching staff for ISU should be very excited about their future this season, and Indiana State having a good showing